Welcome everybody to the Bar TV Sports feature match here in the 2018 Rams NHRU competition. We're here live at Hamilton Passmore Oval for the big one here today, with the Hamilton Hawks taking on the Southern Beaches Rugby Club, who have been in a pretty good patch of form coming into the semi-finals. They won't make the semi-finals, of course, and Hamilton Hawks looking to consolidate their year this year, and indeed at club championships. And with us, one of the Hawks' best clubmen and one of the Hawks' favourite sons. He runs the strapping, he runs the DJ in the dressing shed, but we've got him up here today in the Bar TV Sports Party Box. Mick Big Dog McKinley, how are you, Mick?
I'm very good, thanks, Boz.
I'll call you Big Dog, how about that?
Yeah, let's make it short and sweet.
Yeah, that's nice.
Not many people would know me as my real name.
Yeah, very good, and we're going to keep into this. And it's going to be a big game, and there's plenty on the line for both sides. Obviously, the Hawthorn Cup is here to play today.
Definitely.
So that should be one that the Southern Beaches side, they grabbed and nabbed off you guys this same game last year. Yeah,
definitely last year. That at pretty much the exact point, round 16 or round 17, they came out and just blew us away off the park. I think it was about 45-17 in the final run, and our boys just didn't look anything in the game that day. And you know, Southern Beaches came out with the chocolates and the Hawthorn Cup, which our boys then took into the final series as a bit of a disappointment, and then just went to bigger and better things from there. But yeah, the Hawthorn Cup's something that we would love to keep, and you know, we've held it. It's probably the longest we've ever held it in this last couple of weeks, so it's great.
Yeah, definitely, which is a bit of a surprise in itself. I mean, obviously the Hamilton Hawks been so successful over the past decade and I guess 15 years, and yeah, I was very surprised when I found out that pre-game that is the longest that you've held it. So coming into the match, there's a couple of changes from both sides. Ivan Walkling coming into the side, that is a blast from the past.
Yeah, good old Ivan. He's one of our better halfbacks in the club and has been around for many a year. He came along from East. He's been just been a linchpin in our club, and one of those guys that's at the back of the scrum and just barking orders at his forwards to tell them where to go and where they've got to be. And he's one of those guys that he'll lead by example out there today.
Yeah, he certainly will, and of course the centre combination of Kilmurray and Morgan has been so good this year.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about the hitman out there, Fissa Vasagotti. Oh. We saw in the paper in the Newcastle Herald, massive write-up. He's called out the Southern Beaches side midweek.
He's been chirping all week, Fisso. He's been absolutely chirping all week at training.
Well, he's certainly the X factor that the Hamilton side have in their back line, can score tries from anywhere.
That's right.
And for me, he is the danger player. For the Beaches side, Caleb Gerard, who had a bit of a suspension this year, he's come back, and he's come back in some very good form.
Yep, he's one to watch.
But does he make up for the absence of Adrian Delors? That is the question.
Mate, I think that Beaches will suffer without Adrian Delors out there. He's probably one of the best players in the competition. Deserves everything that he gets out there as a player, and he's going to be a massive loss for Southern Beaches today.
Well, the captain of Arteliva, he was under no aspirations that this game would be a very tough one. The former Marlon Solifudi last week, he was easily the best down the park for the Beaches. Coming up against Rockabora and Tom Coupe, this is going to be a good battle in the back row. Yeah,
I've not seen Marlon play actually. I can't remember him in the first round. I wasn't sure if he actually played against us, but I didn't take real much notice of him. But I've heard that he's an absolute gun, and he had a blinder last week against Wanderers. So I'll be keeping a tight eye on how he goes today as they come running out in the field.
There he is. He leads them out as well today, Marlon Solifudi. Very good. And of course, ex-Hamilton halfback. He's a good bloke in your eyes, but Matt Ferry playing for the Beaches for the first time at Passmore against the Hamilton Hawks, and it should be interesting to see how he gets it, especially coming up against, I guess, not old sparring partner, but there's certainly a lot of competition for positions when he was playing here, Ivan Walkling.
Yep, definitely. That's one of the reasons why Matt left our club. It wasn't on bad terms. It's just that he was wanting to play first grade, and he just couldn't get past Ivan, who's like I said before, one of the linchpins in our club. And Matt, an absolute legend of a bloke. He got Hawk of the Year about 4 seasons ago and deserved everything from it. That was because his peers voted him that, not the coaching staff, but his peers, and he deserved that. And we wished him all the best. I didn't want to see him go because I think he's one of the best blokes that I've ever met.
Well, here come the Hamilton Hawks, led out of by their captain Steve Lamont, of course, so successful in the Hawks colours. He's an absolute club legend in his own right. A lot of talks at the start of the year that the Hawks pack was ageing and they may struggle to get around against some of the younger teams out there, but I tell you what, they have not missed a beat.
I tell you what, I'd hate to be on some of the end of these tackles by these ageing forward players for the Hamilton Hawks. They still put every bit of their body on the line, and they are, it's a testament of their results. They're leading the competition. This win today will secure the minor premiership for the first grade team, so I think they've proved those critics wrong.
Yeah, definitely, and certainly looking to secure the minor premiership here today at Passmore Oval. As we said, two sides come together out in the middle. Referee Drew Tonks will be officiating today. Back in the Newcastle scene, of course, he's been around and about everywhere this year. He's one of the up-and-coming referees in Rugby Australia's system. So good to have him back here officiating this match.
Am I right in saying that he was up at the Commonwealth Games?
He was up at the Commonwealth Games.
Well done to him.
That is correct.
Well
good
done.
Research. Love it. So, just having a bit of a chat there with the skippers. And Connor Mulhern will be, I believe, taking the kick-off, will he? No, just a bit of confusion out there at the moment to see.
I don't think anyone knows what's going on.
What's happening? It looks like Beaches have won. Lost the toss. They didn't realise they were kicking, so someone better let them know. And Drew Tonks has. So just checking with his skippers there. And it'll be game on soon. It's one we're looking forward to. It's always a very good fixture. This match here. So here we go. Match the round. It's showtime here in the Rams NHRU. It's a very good high kick and comes down, and that is a mistake early on.
It's not like Chris Nagy. He's been catching the kickoffs really well the last 6 weeks.
Yeah, he's very safe, isn't he? He's one of those players, and I mean, I put him on the same level, I guess, as Joe Ackersdog. Just gets around for the forward pack for the Hamilton Hawks. Does his job. Always comes up with a dirty jersey at the end of the game.
You're not wrong there. You're not wrong.
So first scrum of the match, the Hawks. It is their pride of their forward pack.
We'll see how we go without Pete Backridge out there today.
Yeah, of course, Pete listening in. Over in London, I believe.
Yeah, he went over there for a wedding with his English partner, and I think they're en route to come back home right now. So hopefully they got live TV or bar TV on their flight.
Yeah, nice work. Picked up off the back of the scrum. Solifudi, good solid meters, but he loses the ball forward. It comes out. Tonk says play on. So Glenn Stone now, unsung hero as well of the Southern Beaches pack. And now they look to hit forward. It's Ty Watini. Driven back, good defensive line here shown by the Hawks. They'll pick and drive though, the Southern Beaches side. And they go again. Good quick ball, Joe Ackersdog there to shunt the drive though. Solifudi again with another carry.
That's 3 carries in the last 5 phases.
It's Frank Roberts. He takes it from the back this time. They're willing to take a couple of centimetres at a time, I guess, at the moment. Good.
Game's played by inches.
Yeah, good inches. Here's Solifudi now. Just running into his own player there was O'Brien. Frank Roberts calling for it. He'll get the ball in behind. Now Richardson with a short ball to Delore. He can't go with it.
Oh. Penalty to Beaches.
Yeah, penalty to Beaches. And you think this early on, or right in front of the sticks, this is easy points here, Big Dog.
Yep, you'd have to take these 3. Get some points on early. They've had the pressure on Hawks so far, but I'd be taking the 3 points and getting a bit of a start. Looks like the signal was that they were offside.
Yeah, offside. I thought that's a little bit unlucky, but he's out there in the middle. Our angle here is a little bit skewed, so the Hawks will have to watch that. They do play a very fast, up-in-your-face defence. So it'll be Rob Richardson, fly half, former Central Coast player, former Merewether Carlton player.
Nice orange boots.
Yeah, if anything, he's flashy, Big Dog.
He's obviously a back then.
So comes in, strikes the ball. It looks pretty good off the boot, and that is the first point. 3-0 the score. couple of young fellas up in the announcers box today. That's a good thing, good initiative by the Hamilton Hawks. It's one of the family clubs of the competition.
Yeah, I think you'll find that the boy that's up there doing it is the son of one of the committee members of our club who's currently being looked after by Harry Rainbow in our sponsors tent.
Yeah, nice. Easily taken there by Frank Roberts off the restart. Now they pick and drive here, the Beaches. Well, it looks like they're going to play pretty tight here today. Coming back now to Richardson with a big high up and under. It's going to test McNeil, who comes across, and that's a lovely take there, but a good chase by the Southern Beaches side. They're all up in the face, and they're up on halfway now. The Hamilton Hawks with the first chance here to attack, and Kilmurray goes wide to Rockaboro. Here's Coupe. Now they're wide to Vasagotti. Vasagotti with a bit of space. Don't give him too much. Here he goes. Little in and away. Almost puts the foot out. Does it. And that is a piece of brilliance. That is a great individual try there to Vasagotti. We said he was the danger man, and that is why.
It looks like Bubba is true in what he said in the paper, that Vasagotti is keen to take this game in both hands. And I've got to say that Fisso loves contact. You'll notice that his first run through there, he's just shoulder charged off the guy, bumped him off, and then it's taken in the corner. Brilliant try by Fisso.
Yeah, 5-0 the score now. Lovely work. Tough kick, though, for Mulhern, the young fly half. He's certainly matured throughout the year, and good opportunity for him now coming into finals to be part of this first grade campaign. Very talented junior, young Mulhern.
Yeah, I've known him since he was born. I went to university. No, I don't think his mother would allow me into the delivery suite. But no, I went to uni with his father, and I've known him for nearly 25 years. And yeah, I've known Connor since he was born, and I've watched him come through the junior ranks, and I've got high hopes for him to, be successful in his rugby.
Successful. Well, he's successful there with his kick. So 7-3 the score against the run of play. It's been all Beaches early on in the onset, but that was a very well-worked try by Fisavata Basagotti.
Connor Mulhern can kick, unlike his father, but Connor can pot him from anywhere. But last week he had a terrible day on the boot, absolutely terrible. And we put it down to Dane Sherritt because he was running the tee out to him. He's jinxed him. Of course, Dane Sherritt on the bench here today. Oh, he'll be a major influence if he gets out there.
May not need to be used.
It's going to be a tough call when Dane's fully fit.
Oh, Coupe slipping on his own line. He gets back up, and he's a real athlete, isn't he, the Belgian international? And he gets through now over the 22. Good run, offloads. Didn't really need to do that. But they come up with it anyway. The Hawks, good quick ball. Kilmurray drifts across.
Great hands by Steve Lamont to pick that flimsy ball up by Capu.
Yeah, coming across is Mulhern, going wide.
Oh, gee.
Just can't go with it.
You're right in saying that Tom's a great athlete. He's been featuring in the Anderson Medal these last 5 weeks. If he hasn't been getting 3 points, he's been getting 1. So he's going to come into contention when they announce that award prior to the grand final. Lucky it's not a big award because he gets chuck it in his suitcase when he goes home.
And he's off at the end of the year?
Well, I believe so. Yeah, he's only over here just on a tourist visa, so have a bit of a look around, much like Mathieu that was here last year. They both played Belgian sevens together when their time in Belgium and France. So Tom came over for the fact that Mathieu was in his ear and said it's a great club to be in, and I truly agree with that. And he's come over and he's just gone to bigger and better things, and he's loving his time here. Yeah,
he's hit the ground running, hasn't he?
Oh, he's definitely have.
And good scrum there by Beaches, picking up off the back. They go to Oliver. He turns O'Brien back on the inside. It comes out the back. It could be a turnover.
It is a turnover.
Yeah, Hamilton do well to consolidate that. And there's the old Bull Maxwell picking and driving.
The beast.
And now they go wide. Mulhern gets a bit of a touch on that. This could be trouble.
Oh, the poor hands by the winger.
Couldn't keep it there was Watson. Now they'll get a little box kick away. That's a good kick there. I believe it was Walkling.
It was.
The experience there showing through.
Settling things down for the Hawks. They were just getting a little bit too eager there after that bad kick by Connor. He had the right angle of everything, but he just didn't place himself in the position that could avoid the charge down.
It was a clever little kick there by Walkling. 30 metres out now. The Beaches through Watini will need to
another former Hawk player.
probably find Stone, I'd imagine.
There he is.
He's so strong in the air. Probably top 3 jumpers in the competition. Solofuji going up the field.
Great tackle by G. Round the ankles. That's the way to take the big fellas.
Nice run as Ferry goes to the left. And they wind up. Pops it off up the back, and Watson is sworn by the horse. Could be a turnover. Oh, good clean out in the end by Beaches.
Great clean out.
So there's Vartaliva. Of course, former Hawk himself.
Great player.
One of the best the NHRU's seen. Certainly over the last 20 years. Ball bouncing. And that's a penalty.
We'll take that. Not sure what for.
We'll have a little listen.
Great work, Ivan. Taking the quick tap.
Now the ball comes out. There's plenty of...
Crash tackle there by Paddy.
Yeah, angled runners there. So here's Lamont. Goes behind him. Goes behind Coupe. And McNeil's there, and he's absolutely belted into the ground.
Lucky that wasn't a penalty to Southern Beaches. It came off Tom's foot, and Sammy McNeil picked it up in an offside position, I felt.
So another scrum here today. Both sides still really feeling each other out. 7-3 the score.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. It was a good little piece of play there by Ivan Walkley. And there's been instruction by Bubba that we've got to be on the front foot and not waste time and allow the opposition to get their defensive line set. And Ivan took that with both hands and took a quick tap, and we got on the front foot there, which was great to see.
Noah Church, of course, the unfortunate news of his grandmother passing. He's out in place. He's Walkling.
Yep.
And it looks like he's never left the top grade.
No. He's super fit. He keeps running and keeps, exercising every day. I think he's prepared to do the city surf really soon too. So he's been in practice for that. And I knew he ran a half marathon through the Blue Mountains. So that was a very strenuous exercise. I don't think I could ever do it, let alone running. So he's super fit, Ivan. He's not someone that I'd want to be hit by. And I'm 6'4", 120 kilos.
Well, here they come now, the Hawks to go wide. This could be trouble here. Mackey, is it?
Yep, Hamish.
On the far side. Another good young player from the Hawks system.
Still eligible for our Colts, as is Colin Mulhern.
Now they go short side. This is going to be close
great
here.
Pick
this
up.
Is trouble on the far side, but the Beach is scramble, and now they need quick ball to the left. Weaver's calling.
We've got numbers on the left here.
It goes in behind. Now Mulhern gets it to Maxwell. Maxwell, he's picked up and driven into the turf. Lovely tackle there. Good defence by Beaches, and great turnover there. Here comes Solofuji. He offloads the ball. Now the kick in desperation up high. Vasagotti gets around it, gets behind it, and now he's got one-on-one, and he
shrugs off Ferry.
Nice work shrugging off the half-back, former Hamilton Hawk.
That's a little reminder that he shouldn't have left us.
So here's Mulhern, drifts across.
Great run by Chris. A little bit too high.
Plenty of sledging out there.
Oh, Matt gives as good as he gets. Don't worry about that.
Comes Rockaboro, gets an arm free. Can't get a ball away though. This is good recycling here. Good quick ball. As they step off the right inside, ball is on to McNeil, and he is rounded up about 5 metres out.
I rate Sammy McNeil. I reckon he's probably one of the best fullbacks in the competition, if not the best.
Yeah, definitely very safe. I think Jay Strawn might have something to say about that.
I was just going to say, if you put...
is he over there?
If you put Jay Strawn back in number 10, then you'll have Sammy McNeil at fullback.
Very close. Coupe goes under. Yeah, he's been very good for the Hawks. Now here they come. This is
Chris Nagy's over.
Chris Nagy is over, and I believe that's his first try of the year.
He's off the nudie run. He's off the nudie run. There was talk in the sheds that no one was going to pass it to him if they had space, because they want him to do the nudie run at the end of the year. So well done, Chris. Congratulations. Well, you're off the nudie run. I'll remove you from Hawkeye this week.
He can keep his clothes on come Mad Monday, because he ran a very good angle there, and that's a try.
Well deserved.
He doesn't get too many.
No, it's well deserved. Chris is an outstanding player for our club, and one of those blokes that just does all the hard yards and jumps in the line out, but doesn't get the accolades that he deserves. So hats off to him, and well deserved try.
Well, he's got to be good in the air if Steve Lamont's throwing to him. I'm only joking. Where do you think Steve prefers to play, hooker or on the side?
I think he likes it on the side better.
Don't we all?
Yeah. Steve's the sort of bloke that will put his hand up and do anything that the club that will benefit the club. So
Well, that's 2 from 2.
Hopefully we get Chris Pussy back, but, you know, it's up to the doctors and whether or not...
The break looked pretty bad. I've seen the photos of it.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty.
So 14-3 the score here at Passmore Oval.
Pretty much the same break that Stevie Lamont had last year, but it was just that Stevie had that extra couple of weeks under his belt. So if we can get Chris Pussy back, or Chris Ale, I should say. My apologies, Chris. If we can get Chris Ale back, then that'll be an even bigger benefit for us. But then that's going to create another selection headache for Scott.
So the ball goes high and long, and Rockaboro lets it bounce. It's caught in the sun, and he stands, and now he gets away from a couple. Nice run there by Seva Rockaboro.
I've never seen Seva Rockaboro run at full pace. I always think that he's just floating on air. I'd love to see him go full pace.
Nice interchange of passing there by the Hawks. Now they go back towards the right. McNeil takes some pressure off his forwards. Now Walkling comes out. Here's Rockaboro again. Gets the arm free, and not the best of passes. Watson gets away, but it's going to be called back for the knock-on. He was indeed going for the ball. It wasn't a knockdown, so the Hawks will get the feed, I'd imagine.
I still don't understand that law. It's a judgment call by the ref whether they think that the player can, in fact, get to the, after knocking the ball, make an attempt to regather. It's a very touchy call. I'd hate to be one to make it if ever I decide to become a referee.
Well, you've got them behind us, so applications are open.
Don't think I'm fast enough to be a referee. Maybe I'll do 4th grade.
Well, you've got the thick skin.
It's called fat, mate.
Another scrum here. Walkling will be the man to feed.
I wonder what Matt Ferry's saying into his ear.
24 minutes remaining in the half.
Great scrum by the Hawks. Still dominant.
So Mulhern drifts across. Nice run there. Sam Morgan. Been a great acquisition for the Hawks this year.
He has been.
Mulhern gets it in behind. Good, clever kick.
Only one chasing, though, is Connor Mulhern.
Olive with a bit of room to move. Little chip over the top. Not the best of options. It bounces around, and McNeil somehow comes up with it. There's broken field play now. This is where they're dangerous here, the Hawks. Now coming across, flat ball. Nagy, is it?
No, Joey Ackersdyke. Great strength there to get the ball back. 2 defenders on him.
Now across is Mulhern. Good ball to Maxwell. Here he comes. 45 years old. I'm joking. Oh, that's a lovely line there by Kilmurray.
I thought he was 48.
Now they come across. Good ball to McNeil again running. Good bodies in motion here, the Hawks. Advantage being played now offside. His Weaver, of course, his parents listening in from South Wales.
Yeah, they read their Hawkeye all the time. They love their Hawks.
Lamont with a dummy, uncharacteristic. He ducks his head down and he's 15 metres out. Now they go short side. Here's Ackersdyke. He straightens and he's pulled down 10 out. Good composure again by the Hawks. Mulhern takes the line on.
That's good from Connor. He hasn't been taking the line on very much lately. Just really catches and passes, and he's been taking the line on good today.
Yeah, penalty here. It'll be interesting to see what they do, the Hawks. It's 14-3.
It's too far
well in control.
Too far out for a scrum. If it was another 5-6 metres in, I'd say they'd put a scrum. Oh, they are putting a scrum down. That's how much I want, Coach.
You need the radio back.
I can't see him pushing over the scrum from here, but
I wondered why they're playing so freely this year, the Hawks, as you're out there delivering the messages.
Well, I got
not listening to Bubba.
I got in trouble I think it was in the first half of the season where I ran out there and we were kicking a goal and they wanted to know if we scored 4 tries or not for the bonus point. And I said, well, we must have. We're 26. And then they just took the goal to finish the game rather than putting a kick to the sideline and a line out to score another try. And we ended up inside and they went, no, scored 3. We didn't stay on the bonus point because you're a big dog. And my name was Mud for a week.
Oh, not to worry. 23 points ahead on the leaderboard at the moment, isn't it?
Oh, we wish. Oh, on the club championship.
Yeah, sorry, club championship, that is, isn't it?
Yeah, well, with Merriweather Carlton losing Colts today, that puts us 33 points in front on the club championship. So we're in a good position with that too. And for me personally, that's a great achievement for any club to win that, because that shows how strong your your organisation is.
Yeah, certainly is a big achievement considering, given the last 20 years or so, it's been dominated by Wanderers and I guess Merriweather Carlton through those years as well.
Merriweather Carlton, I think,
8 in a row.
8 in a row, and that was phenomenal. And I think it was us that took it off them. And then we had a tussle with Maitland one year where it ended up being really close like this year, and then Brett Sutherland.
Off the back, here comes Coupe. Of course.
Good foundation there to set up.
So here they come now. Looking to play it tight. Mulhern
another penalty.
Penalty there. Walkling looking for the quick one.
The reins were pulled back then by someone.
He has the tendency to go himself sometimes,
which is great.
Well, you want that from a halfback, the key decision making. He pulled back there though. That was good to see.
Well, they're taking the 3.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. It'd be interesting to see why they did that. I thought they might have at least put them down the scrum in because they dominated that scrum.
As well, their line out so dominant as well. 5 metres out, you'd have to back them in.
Yep, exactly.
To set up for them all. I guess they're starting to play finals footy, aren't they?
Yeah, thinking about the future and making
they will have the week off, you'd imagine.
If we win this today, they'll have that week off definitely. So that's a major bonus for the club just to rest those niggling injuries. It gives us that good phase to go into the major semi. A lot of the blokes from the Hawks this year have gone pretty much through the whole season without missing a game. Like Paddy Kilmurray hasn't missed a game all season.
I don't think he's missed a game in 5 years, has he?
No. Well, looking at the numbers, if he plays every game, I think he gets to 99 first grade games on grand final day if we make it that way.
Well,
so if we lose the major semi and play the final, then there's a chance that we can get him on 100 on grand final day if we win the final, if it goes down that path. And
won't that be a special moment as the conversion is successful? The score 17 points to 3, and they've really played the Southern Beaches sides out of this match at the moment, haven't they, the Hawks? All the experience certainly showing through right now.
And a few of the Beaches boys were walking a few phases before that last penalty, so it'll be interesting to see how their fitness lasts.
Well, it's quite a hot day out there today.
Yeah, they reckon it reached about 25 degrees, but there is a bit of a breeze out there. Great
lovely take by Stone on the fly now. Good chance to attack.
Chris Nagy just wasn't aggressive in that.
It's always difficult with the sun at Passmore.
It is.
And here he comes again, Glenn Stone. He's VAR winds up, goes across field and is taken nicely by Weaver. They're 10 metres out now, but they look bereft of a few options here, Beaches. They're just going one out, picking and driving as they go again.
That's the second run in 3 phases for the number 8.
There's Solifudi. He's put in a lot of work early on in this match. We're halfway through the first half. Now in behind, here's Richardson with a long ball. Delore gets outside one.
Great step.
So setting up, it could be a turnover here.
It is a turnover. Well done, Steve Lamont, all over it.
So good over the ball is Lamont. Here's Kilmurray. They go back in field though. They had support on the outside. Maybe Nagy wasn't the option to get them down that small section of the field. Here's Coupe. Coupe now winds up. He gets it inside. And now Ackersdyke, McNeil. He'll get them up towards the 22.
They need to set a platform.
Now it comes back. McNeil's hit maybe high. I don't know about that. Yeah, penalty is given.
Where you are, mate? Where you are? Thank you. No apology, mate.
So Walkling was again looking for that tap. He's going to buy time off.
Well, one of the Beaches boys walked past and said sorry, and Drew said no apology needed. Not sure what that was, or whether it was a bit of sarcasm by one of our Beaches players.
Well, someone definitely said something, but Tonks just level-headed as always. Just says, cut it out, let's play on. So here's Mulhern.
The wind's picked up a little bit in the afternoon, do you think, Gareth?
Yeah, it certainly has. It was beautiful and still this morning out of Nelson Bay and had a nice little swim out there.
Oh, wonderful. God's country up there.
Isn't it what, as Kilmurray steps back in field again.
Great run,
Not so
Paddy.
much used as a battering ram today. He's good on his feet as well. Here's Weaver. He takes them forward now over the 40.
He cemented himself in first grade this year, I think.
He's had a breakout season.
Oh, great
Lot
hands.
juggles, nice work. McNeil put under pressure and he handles the ball well too. Now Walkley, he needs to get the ball out. Goes in front of Maxwell. Weaver gets another carry in this phase. And again, Walkling to Mulhern, who puts it in behind. Not the best of kicks. Pops up for Ackersdyke.
That was very fortunate for the Hawks.
Just popped into his hands. Good catch. And it opens up now for Walkling. Walkling with no support. It's coming now through Vasagotti. Goes behind him.
Wow, Vasagotti, if he had hold of that, he was underneath the post.
I can't believe Walkling did not pass that. Then you can see Coleman up the far end, shaking his head. So the box kick comes now for Ferry. It's a decent one up to the 40, gets them out of pressure, and they hang in there, Southern Beaches.
Yep, well done by Matt Ferry. Got him out of that little bit of danger zone. Yeah, that's a very... I'm not sure what Ivan was thinking then. Just a little pop to Vasagotti and he would have been away.
Especially on the fly. He's so 10 metres out. I wouldn't back anyone to be stopping him. Looks like there's a player down as well. Is it Watini for the Beaches side? I think it is.
Yep.
Oh, lovely
They're going to continue without him. No, Drew's made a decision.
It was a well-timed and placed throw there by Lamont as well. He'd be happy with that.
That's one of a few.
In exactly the same spot, Coupe goes
well
up.
done, Steve Lamont.
And here comes Maxwell. Maxwell finding a bit of space out there. Still going up towards the 22.
I can tell you now that Pete Maxwell is fired for this game. When I was strapping his hand in the sheds beforehand, he was non-communicative. He was not able to talk to us.
He loves it.
He was just that fired up for this game.
Juggling the ball out wide inside to Mulhern. Mulhern, he's 10 out now. They go short side. Here comes Rockabora, and I don't think they're going to stop him. No, they're not.
Well done. Well done, Hawks. Well done, Seva.
Good patience shown by the Hamilton side, and yeah, 10 metres out. You're not going to stop Seva from there.
That's the big thing. That's the word you got to look at, the patience. That's what a lot of blokes don't do sometimes. So they just go too full throttle and don't realise that if you just retain the ball, get some phase play set up and set a good platform, the good things will come. We've got the backs that can do the work. We've got the forwards that can set that platform. But it seems that everyone wants to just get that white line fever every now and then. So that was great play by the Hawks. Well done.
Yeah, they did very well. Building up, building, and almost as quickly as Bubba Coleman's house has gone up.
Oh, that's incredible.
They scored the try.
That is incredible. I was at his house when he laid the slab in the school holidays. I popped around to see him and there was nothing but a concrete slab, and 3 weeks later the house is nearly built.
Of course, his lovely wife Jill probably not on his back too much.
No, I reckon Jill's been doing the work because Scott's probably just gone and sat at home. That's the fastest. That's what people are saying. It's the fastest that Scott's ever been involved in building a house. It's unreal.
I don't know where he finds the time with all the rugby and holidays to Fiji.
So I reckon that they will be in time for Christmas to get into their house. So drinks on at Christmas and Boxing Day at the Colemans.
Look out as that one waved away this time. So the score 22-3, and it's looking very ominous here now for Southern Beaches, and they just seem to be lacking a bit of direction and firepower. Well, they've come into good positions here, the Southern Beaches side. Certainly missing the Delors.
Yes, I totally agree with that. Adrian Delors is, like I said before, he's the linchpin with the Southern Beaches team. You know, he deserves the representative honours that he's got. That's because it's a true testament of the quality of player that he is. So they're definitely going to miss him this week.
So Richardson with a nice high kick again. Ackersdyke somehow it goes backwards.
That's incredible.
And Rockabora stands, and he thought it was going to be called a knock on, but somehow he stayed on his feet. That's another lovely kick there by Walkling.
Yeah, that was great hands by Joey Ackersdyke. He took the ball, felt it was fumbled, but he was able to slide it between his legs backwards.
Well, this is trouble here now as Olive looking to counter-attack. Nice ball out in front, and picked up and driven. That's a lovely tackle there on Caleb Gerard.
I've got to say, Caleb Gerard was running so fast that his hair all went back into a little ponytail.
Yeah, he's got himself a little top knot.
Yeah, a little man bun.
Can't say I'm a fan, but kind of went out 3 years ago as well.
Yeah. I'm not one for phase.
I'm a fan of his play, though. He needs to get more ball.
He ran that ball really well then. He had a bit of pace on him.
Or was that kick going out?
Oh, no, that's a poor kick.
Over the line in goals, so it'll come all the way back, and the Beaches side didn't need that. We're getting close to 10 minutes to go, and the match just really being controlled now by Hamilton Hawks.
I think so. And to be honest, I can't see Hamilton even getting out into second gear yet. They've just been coasting along. And I think in the second half, with that wind behind them, going into that southern-eastern corner, I think we're going to, go to that next level and show the dominance that we should be showing.
Well, the wind always switches here at Passmore at half-time, so
yeah,
we'll see about that.
I swear one of the Kevies is downstairs with a flick of a switch.
You see Coupe at the back there. Solifudi.
Two different techniques by the eights then to level up the scrums before they engaged.
Good scrum again by the Hawks. It's just been so dominant for them over the last couple of years, and the advantage now being played.
Outstanding. Well
Here
done.
comes Mulhern to kill Murray.
Great.
Now at the back, Vasagotti chiming in and finds a bit of space, straightens up his run, won't find support though. It came late.
But it's there.
Morgan.
Well
now
done,
they go
Ivan.
short side. Little kick in behind. This is going to be close to a try.
No.
Caleb Gerard does well in the end.
Not sure if that kick was necessary there by Sammy Morgan.
Hands would have done it.
Hands would have done it. And like I said before, setting that platform. Although we're 23 points up, we don't need to be doing the white line fever where we need to score off every play. We need to start setting the foundations for the final series so that when we come up to the big games and the tougher games, which mean a lot, that we can get the practice in now.
So scrum on the far side, it'll be a Hamilton feed. Walkling has it. Mulhern standing quite close to the scrum. He's got one of the best passes in the game. Has Walkling from the back of the scrum. So you'd like to think the blind winger, Drew Mackey, might be coming in, getting involved here.
No, I'll put a fiver on a pushover.
Well, there we go. You've heard it first, and they look to get there, and that's going to be a penalty try.
Would that classify as a pushover?
Yeah, I'll count that as a pushover, so another try there.
Well done to the Hawks.
Another 5 points added. And we've seen a few of them this year.
Interesting fact. I only found out 2 weeks ago that on a penalty try, I never knew this. It's an automatic 7 kick. It's automatic 7 points.
Yeah, so 7 points there. And you know what? I was the same. Was that at Nelson Bay when Hamilton played the Bay?
I think so.
It was.
I was never, because you don't see many penalty tries in our competition.
Well, we've seen a handful this year.
Even the touch judges didn't know that there's an automatic 7 points.
And the referees behind us having a bit of a laugh. Of course, Rob Delbo, a Bar TV Sports favourite, considered our best referee in the competition.
Oh,
he just needs to get a bit of fitness up.
I'll leave that with the Bar TV to make that decision. I've known Rob Delbo for many, many years. I used to work with him. And it's a little bit of fun sitting on the sideline giving a bit of a ribbing as he's running touch judge.
Little shout out there from Rob Watson in Singapore.
Yeah, Rob just sent me a bit of a text message to say he's enjoying the coverage, and thanks very much, Rob. Hope all's going well over there in the heat and humidity, and enjoying a few Singapore slings.
And of course, if you do want to make your game the main game, get in contact with us at Bar TV Sports. Of course, finals all around the country coming up on the Kings of Grassroots coverage, Bar TV Sports. So that's going to be another scrum here, and it's becoming a bit of a scrumathon, Big Dog.
Love a scrum. Love a scrum. I can't do much else on a rugby field. I've got no pace, I've got no hands, I've got no kicking skills. I just love getting in the second row and having a good push in the scrum. It's my way of contributing to the team win.
Don't we all? Of course, you're still running around in that social falls competition.
Well, that's a bit of a sore point. Came out and played 2 weeks ago on my 200th game here at Passmore and lasted all of 5 minutes, pulled the hammy, tore it. So the old leg is black and blue at the moment, so this season's pretty much gone for me unless a miracle comes around before the grand finale down at Southern Beaches Ground on the night before on the 14th of September, where Social Falls will play their final game for the season, which will be the grand final. Favourites will be Maitland or Merriweather to be in that grand final, with Uni hotly contesting the 3rd place. But yeah, I'm still having a run around. It's good. It gives me an opportunity to be with my mates.
Well, here we go now, and that's what rugby's all about. Solifudi turned back on the inside. Gerard lined up to the right. Go this time to their captain and coach, Vartaliva.
Inspirational leader.
Isn't he what? And now Solifudi again with another carry.
He's had an absolute blinder.
He's been big, hasn't he?
He is big.
And now here comes Gerard. Gerard gets on the outside of his man. Good tackle.
Yep, well held, Sammy Morgan. Well held.
Here comes Frankie Roberts, former Waratah player, coming over to Southern Beaches. Good experience. Nice clean out there. And here comes VAR again. VAR tracks across field, tries to get around Rockaboro.
Wrapped him up nice and tight. Beaches are getting a couple of phases going here, which is they've got to set those phases and get the backs out, get the ball out to the backs.
Richardson dummies and goes himself that time, and now he's turned the ball over. So they were building there, the Beaches, and it comes unstuck with some poor possession, but it's out on the full. So lucky there.
Very lucky, very lucky. Poor kick by whoever it was that put that through.
I think it was Walkling from the back, was it? It's a couple of minutes remaining.
Still, the boys, the Hawks are looking a little bit more dominant in the fact that their fitness and their heads are high, whereas a few of the Beaches boys are over on their haunches. Be interesting to see how the second half goes. Great line out by Beaches out the back, fed off. Again, setting a nice platform.
It's another pick and drive. Solifudi again. He goes forward.
Good clean out there by Steve Lamont, but unable to retain the ball back.
They're playing very tight today here, Southern Beaches. I guess with the Delors missing, certainly makes it tougher. Such a good combination out wide as VAR takes them forward now.
Well, advantage to Beaches.
As they'll keep going forward, they need a try here coming into half time.
That'll boost their confidence if they can get a try before half time, just going in there feeling that they're on the front foot again.
Now they go wide. Richardson steps off the right and
straight into one of the Hawks players.
Yeah, runs into, I think it was Maxwell, was it? That's one player you probably don't want to be stepping back into. That's a penalty, tap taken. Here comes Solifudi going towards the line, stands in the tackle. Now they come across. This could be a try here. VAR, he's held up. They scramble well there, the Hawks, off their own line.
Great defence, marking up the man and making sure that they pick who they want.
Glenstone taking one forward.
Pick and go.
Here they go again. They have to get under here, the Hawks, and they do just that. Well, this could be a try.
Yep.
Yeah, it is a try.
I can see Rob Delbo nod his head.
Yeah, Rob Delbo calling that a try.
Yep, and he was right in the corner, and he's not one to make mistakes.
So, coming into half time, there's a couple of minutes remaining. The Beaches needed that.
It certainly did.
29 points to 8. We'll make it 29-10 and add a little bit of confidence.
Kicking against the wind. What do you reckon?
I'd say it's pretty tough. Rob Richardson, while he is a pretty good kicker of the ball, certainly.
Well, I'm $5 up on the bet so far. Do you want to double or nothing that I back him in?
Oh, yes, I'm quite happy with that.
Okay.
Take that one. think you should give me 3-1.
No, we'll just go double or nothing. I've just bought a new house. I'm not in a position to be throwing away money.
The head tilts from Richardson.
I love watching goal kickers. They all seem to just develop their own little techniques, and I think it all comes from Johnny Wilkinson. It's got the good height.
Comes across, and this could be close.
No.
It's waved away, so we're even, and the score remains 29-8. So with a couple of minutes of play remaining, a minute 30 by my reckoning.
That's going to give a little bit of confidence to the Beaches boys as they, lead into half time.
This one goes up nice and high, coming across nicely.
Great hands by Chris Nagy. Great hands.
He did well there. Nagy got above everyone. Mind you, the Beaches front three aren't that tall. Offside there, Watini now in behind as McNeil left with no options there. Mulhern calling for it. Has Ackersdyke outside him. Little kick in behind. Good option there by the young fly half. It bounces up for Olive. There's not a great kick chase there by the Hawks, and he'll have plenty of time.
It's a terrible kick chase.
Now, if you think that was terrible, the one by Beaches is not much better. As the Hawks with plenty of time now to Vasagotti on Gerard. Gets around Gerard. Gets around another.
Oh. Ivan shrugs it off.
Yeah,
shrugs it off.
It won't bother him from Richardson. He won't get involved in it. Mulhern finds some good space there. Had McNeil on the outside, goes inside to Nagy.
Great support by Chris.
A good second rowers line there. Now McNeil on the inside to Vasagotti. Comes across the field, tries to bump one off, but can't.
He loves the contact. He loves the contact.
Go wide. This should be a try here. It will be.
Oh, great work by the Hawks. Great work. Vasagotti just straight down the middle. Looked at nothing but the man in front of him to take him head on. And then again set up the platform for the overlap in the right-hand corner.
Well, having a chat here, the referee and the touch judge. Is this?
I think it might have been Rob just giving Drew a bit of advice on
he does love the Bar TV cameras as well, Rob Delbo.
He's just an educator at heart, just constantly teaching people how to do their job or how to be better at what they do.
I just think he needed a breather and had to stop and chat before he came to the middle here. He's not known for his fitness out there anymore. He was quite a fit referee.
He was. He's put on the KGs last couple of seasons. It's quite interesting to watch him and Dale McCauley run back to the sideline after the goal kick, and it's see which one is the first one back to halfway.
Dale's got him.
I think Dale might have him. Dale's probably got another 20 years on Rob Delbo.
And 20 kilos as well. So here's Mulhern from the sideline. And the score stretches out now, and that one's waved away. I thought he'd got that one.
That's the third kicking tee that's gone, the third person that's gone out with a kicking tee for Connor. I think that's probably what the problem is. He hasn't had consistency with the delivery of his kicking tee. Usually that's my job, and when I go out, he never misses.
Well, in any case, that's half time. We're going to take a quick break here on Bar TV Sports for the 2018 Rams NHRU feature match. Here live, of course, around the grounds. We'll come back with that. And don't forget all the other content, all the other live matches we have on the various channels here today on Bar TV Sports. Good. Well, welcome back, everybody, to the Bar TV Sports NHRU feature match here today, and it is Hamilton Hawks really dominating at the moment. 34 points to 8 is the score against Southern Beaches, who really have been outplayed around the park, apart from, I guess, the first 3 minutes. With us in the commentary box, the party box, Big Dog McKinley. Big Dog, what did you make of that?
Mate, it was an outstanding effort by the Hawks. I thought that they dominated pretty much all facets of the game. Beaches got a late try in the first half, but that was just from some good phase play by them. But I think the Hawks have been all over them, and having the wind in their back going into the southeastern corner of Passmore Over, I think they're just going to dominate a little bit more.
Yes, certainly. And considering Beaches played so well against the Wanderers last week, it's certainly a different side, different tack with a couple of their players missing here today. And Hamilton, even though the game has been played at a fairly slow pace, it's because of the control and I guess the patience shown by their forward pack, and indeed getting guided around nicely by their young fly half, Connor Mulhern, who I think has been the best out there in the first half.
Well, there's that word again that you've used, patience, and that's the big thing that the Hawks have got to use, and every rugby team's got to use, is just have patience and have confidence within yourself to be able to develop those phases to set the platform.
Well, second half time on by Drew Tonks has blown off.
Oh, Hamish McKee. Way to go.
Wow, over the 22, got up, got above everybody. Walkling was late to get there. Mulhern takes the line on, so the Hawks straight away.
Ripped out by the Beaches, but picked out by Tom
Coupe. The Belgian, Nagy, falls to his feet, gets up, drives forward. Well worked, everything going the Hawks' way so far. Now they go across. Kilmurray turned on the inside. Now 15 out, Walkling looking for runners, finds Mulhern, goes to Nagy across the face of Maxwell.
Bit of an awkward pass taken then by Nagy, but well done.
I blame Maxwell as it goes.
Oh,
that time
McNeil's dropped a clean sitter.
Had a bit of a look there, you might say.
Yeah, I think he might have. That's very unusual by Sam McNeil.
Yeah, as we were saying before, he's probably the safest fullback in the competition.
Very good under a high ball, and probably 90% of the times that there is a high ball, he's there to catch him.
He's a very good link man as well.
Exactly. He was Club's Hawk of the Year last year. Again, similar to what Matt Ferry got a few years ago. Sammy McNeil was voted by his peers as the best and fairest throughout the club.
We might see him in Southern Beaches colours next year.
There's no chance. He works for Bubba. If he wants to retain his apprenticeship, he won't be leaving us. But he's a true clubman too. He's one of the last people out of the sheds sweeping up, making sure that one of my jobs is done so I don't have to do it. And I tell him to go home because he's played a hard game, but no, he's still in there sweeping away the sheds and doing what needs to be done. So a great man and a great rugby player.
Yeah, nice anecdote there on the fullback, McNeil. He's always playing at the front as well. He gets himself heavily involved. Not an out-and-out try scorer like some of the other fullbacks in the competition, but certainly a very important part of this Hawks attack.
I can guarantee you he's off the nudie run. He's crossed the white line a few times this year, but he's not our leading try scorer. That's Fiso Vasagotti.
Who only came in, I think, round 6, was it?
Yep.
Late to training at the start of the year.
Yeah,
very casual character, isn't he? The winger for the Hamilton Hawks.
He's on island time. Just a very relaxed, subdued sort of fella.
And for the viewers out there, of course, Sorelli Bainavalo, he's been leading try scorer for a few years. Is he due back?
I believe so. But then again, that's another selection headache. Do we put the former New South Wales country winger straight back into the first grade squad, or do we expect him to come back through the ranks after 1 week and then in the first grade? It's a big tough call for Scott, because you can't fault the blokes that are out there at the moment. Like Sammy Morgan, he's having a great season. Hamish on the wing, he's been phenomenal.
Oh, this is well set up. Rockaboro puts it to the back. And
good shot there by Beaches.
Yeah, nice work there as Lamont is going backwards now, but he realigns, resets, and here they come, the Hamilton Hawks.
They've set it now. They've set it
towards the line. This should be a try. Is it going to be? Oh, lovely tackle.
I think Vartalaliva was underneath there and held him up.
That is the stuff of a true champion.
Is it Vartalaliva's the last one that gets up?
Yep.
No, Tyson Watini.
Oh, Tyson Watini. He's the short Var.
My apologies, Vartalaliva. You are not short and stout like Tyson Watini.
Well, Var started with the head wrapped up as well, didn't he?
He did.
He's taken it off.
Yeah, the difference now is that Tyson doesn't have it around his thighs. Although I've seen Var with it around his thighs, but I have not seen him yet jump in a line out.
Just in case.
Just as a decoy.
Just in case. So scrum now. The Hawks. This is a dangerous part of the field for them. We're looking for around the ground scores. Will come shortly.
Be interesting to see how late Macquarie v Merriweather are going. Maybe Trent Considine's on the bar TV and can give us an update.
I think he's away at the moment. Coming off the back is Coupe.
Great hustle there by Coupe.
Auckland goes himself.
Straight over.
That is pure power. And we're just talking about Trent Considine. It's his brother-in-law.
Yes.
And he'll be very happy to see that.
I think that's Ivan's first try in first grade this year. I'm not sure that he's had a few tries in second grade and lower grades, third grade, but I don't think he's crossed the white line in first grade this season.
Well, that was a very poor try line defence there.
It was. By
the Beaches side. There was gaps both sides, and Walkling took it himself and went over for the try.
It's just pure force there by Ivan. He's a very strong man. Despite his small stature, he's someone that could, pretty much lift me over his shoulder and carry me around the park.
We've got Nelson Bay 29-14.
That's a close game against Singleton. Oh, that one. Bad miss again.
It's waved away.
Just wanted to give a little bit of a shout out to all the people that are watching around the world, including some of my family and friends in Scotland. Some of them over there are true rugby fans and true into the spirit of rugby, and they're watching currently on Bar TV. So I hope you're enjoying the broadcast over here and looking at our beautiful winter's day. Just letting you know that this is our winter's day. It's pretty much better than your summer day over there, but it's a cracking day here in Australia as the sun starts to beam through the clouds.
So Richardson with the restart goes up high. Maxwell comes around. Nagy comes around. Oh, look at that. Is it going to be called a knock on? It is unfortunate there. He put his body on the line, and it's going to be called a knock on.
Gee whiz, that must have been a very small
close.
Little one, because I did not see that. I thought Nagy took that extremely well. Must have bubbled out of his hand as he hit the ground.
Maitland leading University 26-7.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a foregone conclusion there, unfortunately, for the Uni boys. Maitland are just coming to their peak in the end of the season. I think they're going to be strong contenders.
Yeah, there's certainly a buzz up at Marcellin as well at the moment. They are quietly confident. Had the big reunion there last week, and there was a lot of talk of this side's better than our side was.
There always is, especially when they're on the sideline at that 1877 bar, is it?
Yeah, the 1877 bar. Best pizzas in Maitland.
Yet to taste one.
Very good. Oh, really?
Never had the opportunity to, because
do yourself a favour, big dog.
They seem to shut up shop by the time first grade's finished and I'm out of the sheds.
Well, you might have to get them to...
And Benny Emmett never puts it on for social fours on a Friday night. Drew Tonks has sent someone here to the bin. Tyson Watini's having a bit of a walk.
He's just sent Tyson to the sin bin there for a scrum infringement.
Not sure what happened there.
Yeah, we can get to the front. Okay.
Yeah.
So one more has dropped in, so front row to come on.
So here, we've got to get a front row on the field.
I appreciate it. A little bit.
Oh, they're going to go straight to another scrum, so they have to make that change.
They do have to make that change.
If they weren't having a scrum, they don't have to make that change straight away. No, they don't. because they don't have to make the change until there is a scrum.
Until there's a scrum, yeah.
Yeah, but the way Drew was talking then, I thought he wanted it immediately to happen.
I thought they were going to pack the scrum just for that very reason.
If I was Hawks, I would make it happen. I would make, instead of taking the kick, I'd pack a scrum, because looking at the player they're going to bring on is not going to be the same calibre of one of the backs that they're going to take, one of the back rowers that they're going to take off.
Half time at Merriweather, it was 35-12. They've now gone out to 42-12. Around the grounds here on Bar TV Sports. So a couple of blowouts around the grounds. This one comes off the top. Walkling goes to Kilmurray, looks for Rockaboro, and he finds him, and he loses the ball, unfortunately. So now Southern Beaches, they need to use the ball. Stone with a dummy, goes wide to Delore. Looking to advance the ball, he does so.
Poor ball control by Hamilton Hawks there, unnecessary. Something that they're better at, that they should not be doing.
Lost the ball forward there as well. Good counter-rucking by the Hawks as O'Brien was taking the winger on the far side.
Couple of changes for the Hawks coming on. Dane Sherritt's about to make his presence felt, as is Jack Chillingworth. I'm assuming that Dane will go on for Connor Mulhern. I'm not sure who Jack's going on for, but by the looks of it, it's Chris Nagy.
It looks like Connor Mulhern coming off. Had a very good game.
That's an interesting play by taking off Chris Nagy. I thought he's had a pretty good game.
Coupe or Nagy?
No, it's Nagy. Coupe has more hair.
And taller.
He's taller and has that model type of hair. Nagy has tradie hair. He just wakes up in the morning and runs his fingers through it. Coupe, every day in the changing room, he's fixing his hair. It's incredible to watch. Actually, it's not incredible. It's quite embarrassing to watch.
Off the top is Ackersdyke now.
Great feed down to Ivan Walkling. Passes on to Vasagotti.
Yeah, Vasagotti looking to get something working in the midfield. Sherritt calling for it now. He's a dominant player. That's a lovely ball. Kilmurray now going up the field.
Back yourself,
Kilmurray. Support. May not need it. Yeah, he's pulled down. Stone coming across. Lovely tackle there.
I think he was looking for support. I don't think he had the confidence to go himself.
Sherritt now immediately making the difference with a lovely ball to Kilmurray. Here's Coupe. He'll go forward. Flick pass out the back. Didn't need that.
Not necessary at all. Set the platform. Although they didn't know we had the advantage.
The advantage was being played, but still.
No, I don't even think that Tom Coupe knew that there was an advantage. I just don't think that was a necessary pass there.
There's something certainly Coach Coleman would look down upon. Looks like they may go for goal here, will they? No, they're going to go for the scrum. Good option with the man down.
Yeah, we don't need to be taking 3-pointers at this particular point of the game. I think we need to start practicing stuff to work forwards to finals.
And that's a good haircut here by the replacement prop forward for Southern Beaches.
I've had no comment on that haircut.
Is it Bush maybe coming on, or is it for now? Speaking to VAR before the game, he was concerned about his bench here today. Whether or not he'd have enough backing up with a very physical game in seconds.
No offence to the replacement coming on, but he's probably a very nice nice gentleman, but it looks a little bit out of his depth going up against someone like Jarrett Weaver. Hopefully he's got some push in the scrum here.
Maybe a surprise packet.
Beaches would want to hope so.
It's a bit of a tussle going on there. Tonk's not happy with it. Comes to the back.
Immediately tells the replacement replacement prop for Beaches what he's needing to do.
So 13 minutes gone in the half. Both sides getting set. Sherritt line out to the right. Good scrum again here by the Hawks. That is dominant. Advantage played. Sherritt will get the ball, take the line on. Kilmurray gets the ball. He reaches for it. Short side move there.
Once again, Hawks scrum way too dominant. Way too dominant.
Opens up again. Lovely ball. Rockaboro goes over for a try.
Like I said before, it just seems like he's floating on air when he runs. He doesn't seem to put the foot to the metal. Great work, great vision by Dane Sherritt to set up Sefa in the side. And then once again, that all came from the Hawks scrum. Hawks scrum is just absolutely dominant. I have not seen anything like it for the years.
I don't think there's a team that probably comes closer. Maybe the University scrum.
Sydney University, you mean?
No, it's Newcastle University.
Oh, even when we played them 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, whenever it was, they didn't have anything.
Nelson Bay were pretty. They were decent. You did get that penalty try.
Yeah, we got a penalty try.
I'll take that back.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm trying to clutch for it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give the other team something here, big dog.
I think the straws that you're clutching at have just fallen through your hand, mate. Our scrum.
Short straws.
It's the first scrum in the grand final last year. The Wanderers had all that tuition that they were getting ready to come out, and the first scrum we just blew them away. So it's just continued on with that. And Jarrett Weaver has been outstanding in prop. I think he's cemented himself as a regular first grade now. You know, he was on the fringe last year, but this year he's outstanding, and he's just learnt so much from our scrum technique, our scrum coaching that we've been having from Travis Soulsby, and he's just gone from better to outstanding.
Yeah, he certainly has.
And I've got to give a shout out to Lockie Hodge out there too. He's had an absolute
He's had a good game. I mean, he hasn't had the impact of a Bakarich, but he's held up the scrum. He's done his job.
I don't think you can compare anyone to Pete Bakarich. They had the Children's Day a couple of weeks ago, and I walked up to him and I said, "My son, I want you to run out with my son, 3 years old." And I said, Jack, you may not be Jack's hero, but you're my hero, Pete Backridge, so you're going to take my son out there because I'm not running next to you.
Yeah, good ball there to McNeil. Sherritt willing to play off his own line. I know they've probably got the game won here, the Hawks, but mistakes are starting to creep in. It's 46 points to 8 here at Passmore Oval.
I think I saw a little bit of anger there by Steve Lamont throwing the ball into the ground in a bit of disgust at the fact that there was a knock on there.
Yeah, you don't see him get too angry too often, do you?
One of the finest gentlemen you'll ever meet. Outstanding rugby player.
No truer words said.
Outstanding rugby player and probably an outstanding human being. If I had a shirt that would fit him, I'd give it to him off my back.
So Southern Beaches now, opportunity to score. They're set within the 22-metre line.
Let's see what the Beaches can do with this scrum. Bang, gone already.
Oh, very good scrum again by the Hawks. Now short side though, Beaches. This could be dangerous for O'Brien as he scampers through the forward pack there.
Nice effort there by O'Brien.
Offside, I thought there maybe the Hawks jumping the gun. Lamont
that was just
out in front. Paddy Kilmurray's about 3 metres offside out here. And now they turn the ball over. Sherritt has it and he'll kick it away. Safe. First by the South African fly half, and that's a very good kick, turning around Oliver now with all the work to do.
An outstanding kick there by Dane Sherritt, kicking to the Seagulls where there was absolutely no players.
Nice take there by Coupe. Long ball into Rockabora. Here comes Seva. Now Sherritt
on his own
nice
here.
step. Oh, lovely work. Here's McKee. Has he got it in him to get over the line? No, he hasn't.
He's learning from Vaso Visagotti. He works the
Rockabora grabs for it. And that haircut from the Southern Beaches prop forward there, scaring him off the ball. He's probably never seen anything like that, Rockabora.
No, I think it's a little bit more than the hair.
Well, here they come now. The Hamilton Hawks side. You think Vasagotti will go over?
I said to Fiso Vasagotti in the sheds before the match that I wanted him to score 7 tries today.
Well, he's listened to you. He's halfway there. He's got 3. Has he got 3?
I think he's got 3. Because even though he's had a few games off, and he didn't play last week against Lake Macquarie, he was dropped down to second grade due to not turning up to training. But he could have got a couple of tries last week, and 3 today. He could have been up there chasing Adrian Delore, who I think has got a commanding lead on the leading try scorer.
Yeah, of course, and Sam Bright leading point scorer.
No one will catch him.
And Dane Sherritt in 3rd place, the Hamilton Hawks fly half. He's had a few games off this year, so that may have been detrimental to, I guess, where he sits in the standings innings? Because he doesn't miss too many, Sherritt.
No, he doesn't.
And scores a few as well.
Yeah, I keep a tab of all the player stats just so that I can let the players know in our club. And Dane, the thing that was dragging behind for Dane was the penalty goals. Sammy Bright was able to kick a few more penalty goals than Dane throughout the year. And Dane missing the last 3 weeks with a broken nose and having surgery on his nose, that also hurt him. But it was a little bit hard for him to take last week when young Billy Clay was playing second grade, when we gave Late Macquarie a bit of a touch-up, and Billy Clay came out with 50-something points into the game alone, which took the Hamilton Hawks leading point scorer off, Dane Sherritt. So Dane was on the sideline spitting chips. He was filthy spitting chips.
He would have bagged a few today with the score going over 50 points now, 51 points to 8.
51 points to 8, and then the looks like Tyson Martini's back on, and the super sub is coming off.
He's shaking his head too. He's not happy.
He's not happy getting back off. I think he was primed, ready to go another scrum against G. Weaver.
That one bouncing up and going in the favour of the Beaches side. So nice run there, Connor Grolton. We haven't heard him mentioned
held up
today.
By the Hawks. Has he called them all? No.
Oh, nice clean out there.
Well done by Tom Coupe.
Again, Solifudi, first man there to take the hit up, followed by Stone. Watini now making up for lost time.
You can't miss Solifudi out there with his orange shoes and his orange bike pants under his shorts.
It's a good look. Oh, turnover there.
Lamont shrugs off Roberts.
Lifting his side, as he always does. It's turned over, though. Poor carry by Lamont.
No, it was handed off to Jack Chillingworth, and Chillingworth dropped that off.
Never a bad word said about Steve Lamont at Passmore Ovals. The Beaches now, they go to the right. O'Brien.
I'll give credit where credit's due, my friend.
That's a penalty now. The Beaches, they want to get some points out of this, so I think probably Ferry needs to slow it down. They need to go for the corner here. As Richardson grabs the ball, they'll probably do just that.
Just want to give a little shout out to me mate Keith Slater over in Hillfoots in the Clackmannanshire area of Scotland. He reckons that the Hillfoots Rugby Club could take our Hamilton Hawks on in the scrum. So if you want to pay for your boys to come over here next summer, we'll give you a scrum session.
In the wet.
In the wet. Even though our winter would still beat your summer, if you get the boys over here, Keithy, you've got a place to stay at mine, and the rest of the boys can get a hotel, but we'll get them a scrum against our boys and I'll put my money on it. And if your scrum can beat ours, we'll fly you back home.
Oh, Stone again, very good in the air, somehow clutches that one. So now they set up here, the Southern Beaches side. They tried to play tight against the Hawks early on, and it was working, but for the patience shown, I guess, by their opposition in defence and attack. So now they go back to that game plan here. Richardson content to let it go in. Now he's got the ball as they go wide.
Still the defence is lining up one-on-one. There was no overlap, no advantage there to the
And they're isolated as well. This is good counter.
Turnover.
No, he's somehow, as a Gerard's come up with it.
Great effort by Beaches there.
Copped a very good knee in the back.
Oh, Maxwell's cleaned out Ferry, absolutely levelled him, and somehow Beaches got a penalty. Not sure what happened there, but I'm sure Drew Tonks is right on the ball.
So Richardson gets them 5 metres out this time. They'll be confident here that they can go over. They've had a couple of cracks at a Big Dog.
They have, and it'll be interesting to see what they do off the back of this line out, whether they want to put a little bit of a maul on or if they want to just swing it out to the backs, because the defence of the Hawks has been on top of them. They've only penetrated their line once, and that was just off a couple of little rolling rucks.
18 minutes remaining, and now they set up coming off the back of Solifuti. He's driven into the ground.
They didn't even want to try and push that one. They just wanted to set up Solifuti, and then they're still trying to push it over now. There doesn't seem to be much control there. Another advantage going to Beaches.
Yeah, they have to watch themselves here, the Hawks.
Yeah, if they keep doing that, the next person that gets pinned will get the yellow card.
Yeah, that's a penalty here, and I think you'll find
is he going to call time off?
May come out here.
No, he's saying they're offside. Now he's going to talk.
We might have to listen to him here, Big Dog.
Quite Simple by Drew. Get them on side.
Salafudi going to VAR. VAR looking for a try.
Got to go low on VAR. You can't take him up high because the power and strength in those legs will just drive you away.
Now Watini, he goes, picks and drives, tries to set it up. And they go to the left. This is going to be close, is it? Yes, it is.
Try.
Nice work. Great commitment.
Yep.
Great effort and great, that word again, patience by the Beaches side.
Yep, set the platform, continually get the defence on the back foot, and you will reap the rewards. That was great play by Beaches, and the try scored by their player was able to get that long reaching arm. It was Stone. That was outstanding because he was tackled short of the line, but he had that extra reach because of his height and his size to get the ball over that white line. So well done to Beaches. Here's an opportunity to see if we can get a fiver on the kick.
Gets them back on the scoreboard.
Still a long way to go for them to get back in this game.
15 to go. I don't know if they can make up the 40 points needed or thereabouts.
Like I said, still a long way to go.
So, this win here today will consolidate the minor premiership for the Hamilton Hawks and most probably the club championships as well.
Well, we're hoping for the club championships. It still comes down to next weekend when the Hawks take on Wanderers here at Passmore Oval. We're a 23-point lead on the club championships. You can get a maximum of 65 per day if all grades win. So if we win all grades next week and Merriweather win all grades, we're still going to be 23 points in front. But
does Merriweather have the bye next week?
No. Nelson Bay have the bye next week.
Uni.
Wanderers
they're still going to play Uni.
Yep, Nelson Bay have the bye next week. Wanderers have the bye this week. So Wanderers have got no chance in the club championship due to the bye this week, and their third grade's not producing the goods. And first grade, coincidentally, they're not up in the top three. But yeah, it comes down to the final games next week. So we've still got to come out and win second grade, which will be the toughest match for us. If we win that, then we're pretty much guaranteed the club championship.
That's a great kick there by Sherritt. Now VAR gets around the first tackler. And another good run. Hasn't seen too much ball today. Plenty of defence though as they come across. Ball bounces.
Went through straight past two Beaches blokes.
Yeah, Watson had to stop in his tracks and pick that one up. Picking and driving now. As Richardson calls for the ball.
Good feed there by Matt Ferry from the back of the ruck. He's got good skills, Matt Ferry. I've always impressed by his ability to play the ball.
Coming in from the side there was Maxwell. So the Hawks, the discipline just going out of their game at the moment. Bubba Coleman won't be happy with that. He demands perfection.
That he does. Even though we'll go back into the sheds after winning this match, and I can pretty much confidently say that we will win this match in the minor premiership, he will sit the boys down and he will talk to them and say, this is what we did wrong, this is what we need to improve on. We've still got plenty of game time left to go in this season, and for us to get 4 premierships in a row, we need to be able to consolidate that effort out in the field.
Most people look at the coach Coleman as one of the more laid-back characters in the competition, and he is, but certainly when it comes to rugby and it comes to game day, he's very astute, very switched on, and very serious.
If he's any more laid-back, he'd be a beanbag. But you are right, he is one of the best coaches I've ever been associated with, and I've been associated with him since 2007 when I started doing what I was doing when he first started coaching. And we made the grand final that year against Merriweather, getting beat at number 1 sports ground, and then 2008, 10, 12, 15, 16, 17, the list goes on. He's just he's a rugby mind. He's just really talented and skillful in what he knows as a coach. But yeah, he's just an absolute character off the field when it's got nothing to do with rugby and he wants to have a beer and have a laugh.
Solafudi coming from the field now.
Solid effort by Solafudi. That's the first time I've seen him play, and he's been pretty much like 2 or 3 touches in set plays that they've done, or in phase play that they've done, and he deserves a well-earned rest. Solid unit, looking at him from behind.
Yeah, he's quite big. Oh, good scrum again by the Hawks, pushing the Beaches off the ball. They're going to have to dig for it, and they do. Nice work by VAR, the experience there showing. Richardson steps off his right, and again he's caught and tackled by
Sherritt. Watch that nose out there, Dane.
It's a real feature of his match, isn't it? A lot of people don't expect him to come up with the hits like that, but he's got a very good technique, and it was shown right there. And they counter-ruck now, the Hawks. It comes out the back.
Advantage to Beaches.
As they stop, everyone stops, and they get...
Hands in the ruck there by the Hawks, I think.
Over the 40, advantage probably still being played here. Now Ferry goes to Roberts, and it goes into the hands of Sherritt. Sherritt gets away from one. Sherritt, has he got the pace? I think he may not have the pace.
Get off his head, I think. You might need to find that. That's a very dangerous and unnecessary tackle by
Jonathan Watson. I think he exaggerating a little bit there, big dog. It was caught from behind, and now walking to Kilmurray, and Kilmurray straightens up. Oh, good hit coming across.
You know, I've only got two eyes, a blue and a yellow one. Or blue and a gold one, I should say.
And here comes Sherritt again. He's really opened up the game since he's been on.
Another one around the head. Watch his nose, please. Watch his nose.
Now Watson coming off his wing. VAR. He'll straighten it up, but he's isolated. They come now, the Beaches forwards. Nice hands there. 3 touches by the winger.
Great tackle there by Ivan Walkling. Ball and all tackle. Wrestled the man to the ground.
As McKee turns the ball over, so now again.
G's gone digging for the ball.
They pick and drive the Hawks, and they'll go again.
Rockabaro, Ivan.
Stands in the tackle. As they drive forward towards the line again, the Hawks. Coupe calling for it. They go behind him to Sherritt. Big long ball out to Kilmurray. And this could be a try, is it? No, dummy's thrown. He should have given the ball.
Vasagotti on the outside.
Well, here he is now. Corner. I think you'll back him from here. And that's 4 tries.
Great work by Fiso Vasagotti.
10 minutes to go.
He's got 10 minutes to make 3 more tries.
Yeah, nice work by the winger there. He didn't throw his head down.
Nope.
He should have got given the ball first time round, but stuck to it.
Another great example by the Hawks there. Again, patience and being able to set the platform, get the ball out, and get the defensive side on the back foot. Outstanding work by the Hawks.
Little tweet in from Peter Ryan. How's your Kokoda training going?
Haven't started yet.
Well, you were just eating the salmon and crackers.
I was eating the tuna and crackers, just a little bit away.
That's a start.
I've got off the Coca-Cola, which has been the big thing. I've down about 12 kilos since about the last 3 months. I'm down about 12 kilos, which is great. I can see my toes now, which is outstanding.
I bet that's not all you can see.
Yeah, I wasn't going to match the other part of the anatomy, but the Kokoda training, it'll start once my hamstring heals up, and looking forward to that next year with big Danny Lure and Tom White.
Comes across, looks not too bad, hits the post.
Looked like Rob Delbo was trying to get a little bit of cover there, not to get hit in the head with the ball.
Gee, he looks tight, doesn't he, Delbo, the touch judge?
He's running on some sort of crook knees there. It's like he's running on...
Looks like he's almost doing the Olympic walk.
Yeah, I could give you that. It's a very unusual run.
He's
it looks
running
like
on his
in pain.
heels.
He's in pain. He must be in pain with that. Great kick off by Beaches.
Yeah, lovely kick.
Well taken by Joey Ackersdyke. Well
safe there, Ackersdyke. And again, he's been busy without being recognised here today as Maxwell comes through. Sherritt now throwing the long ball to Coupe. Coupe getting around his man. Can he get an arm for it? Yes, he can. So now they come. Kilmurray straightens the attack as he always does. As they come back now, Sherritt looking to just put it in behind and slow this match down. If it can get any slower, as Ferry's there and inside to Olive. Good chase there by the Hawks. Nowhere to go. Back to Ferry. Puts the ball in. This could be Vasagotti. No, it's not.
It's off Sammy Morgan.
Yeah, Sam Morgan runs through and the bounce just isn't quite there. So Watson now kicking across field. That's dangerous. As it goes towards the touchline. Oh, here comes
Rockaborough.
Watson bumped him off.
Had no
here he comes now. Flick pass now to McKee.
Oh,
and McKee goes over.
Brilliant stuff. Beaches 23 on the sideline, who was lining up to take a tackle on Seva Rockabaro, but Rocco just said, no, I'm not letting you tackle me, and passed it off to Hamish McKee, who ran down the sideline. Brilliant play by the Hawks.
It was good bravery shown by the young winger.
Tom Watson, I don't know if is he out of the dirt yet?
Jonathan Watson,
sorry, my apologies. Jonathan Watson, is he up out of the dirt yet?
He got himself up.
He's been walked back by the trainer. He's on his haunches now. I feel sorry for the poor kid, because I certainly wouldn't want to have Seva Rockabaro coming running at me at full pace.
I hate that hip.
Oh my goodness. And with that run, Rockabaro has a little bit of a break, as is Joey Ackersdyke. They're having a little breather. Scott's finally seen the light that we're not going to lose this, and we're going to rest a few of our players with how long to go? A couple of minutes.
Paul Dan comes on the field.
Oh, young Paul Dan.
Replacing Ivan Morkling, so score now exceeding 60 points.
I'll be honest, I didn't think it was going to be that sort of scoreline today. I actually thought it was going to be a close tussle, going by what happened last week against Wanderers, but and our effort against Lake Macquarie.
I'd say he's got that.
No, missed it to the right.
I'd say he definitely got that.
No.
He shakes his head anyway, Sherrod, as he comes back into the defence.
Has someone got a message down to Rob Delbo, because he sprinted back then? There's like nothing wrong with him, this one.
Well, I saw Louis just arrive from... They might have to replace him here, big dog, because those knees look shot.
Yep. Another good kick-off by Beaches. Nice placement. Jack Chillingworth takes it up high.
Well, he's a good replacement to have, isn't he, Chillingworth?
He's a very good replacement. He played with the Hawks a few seasons back, and then went down to Sydney and...
A little kick in behind for himself. Sherrod gets through, and Watson doesn't go for it. McKee, who's been good on his wing.
Held back a little bit there by Dane Sherrod, hence why the penalty. The Beaches player didn't need to do that. He just needed to turn around and take the fair contest, which, as a consequence, they're now being marched 10 for their stupidity. That's just not necessary.
Yeah, ill discipline there by the Beaches. I mean, they haven't had too many penalties against them today.
No,
just the execution by Hamilton, who just seem to have accumulated the points without getting out of second gear.
And that's the big thing you got to do, is you got to have your good discipline to get the referees on side, where you know they're going to make decisions, and you just got to cop it on the chin. You know we're going to agree with every one of them, but doing silly things like that was just uncalled for by Beaches, and it's just detrimental to their attack now. They've lost it, and now they're on the back foot by another 15 metres.
Good disciplines and a schooner maybe as well. After the game, as the ball comes off the top, O'Brien, who's mended his feud with Bubba Coleman here, as they come out the back. Coming back into the club, of course, he played at Southern Beaches as well.
And uni.
And university, and threw the olive branch out to Scott Coleman, and he's back in Hawks colours, big dog.
Great delivery there by Paulie Dan.
Oh, good flat ball as well, Weaver.
Good pick up, Weaver.
He's had a good game here, Weaver.
I thought he's had one of the better games, one of the best games today, compared to all the other players.
So under 5 minutes remaining now. Penalty to Beach, holding on.
Bad luck, Pete Maxwell.
Unlucky.
I thought he pilfered that ball fair and square there. Just too dominant. Too fast for him. Yeah, no, Gerard Reever's had an outstanding game today. He's been in the mix of everything. His scrummaging has been outstanding. And yet he's still running as a prop forward, whereas you'll see most prop forwards would be walking.
Oh, he's walking now.
He's walking now. He's made a liar of me.
Just as it comes out of your mouth.
Thanks, mate.
So Watini, they're taking their time now. They're struggling to get to this line out.
Yep. Tiredness is coming in for the Beaches boys. They've had enough.
Of course, Vartel looking to coach again next year.
Is that true? That's good.
Had a good chat to him. He's enjoyed it. Found it tough at times, but as all coaches do. The ball just drifted away from him there.
If he had that, shut the game.
They turned it over.
So do you reckon Vartel will be captain coach or just coach next year?
Well, he wants to play as well, so...
Well, it'll be interesting to see if he plays social fours like he was planning on doing this year.
I think he's already told his beautiful partner, Stevie, that he'll be back again next year.
He can't do without it. He loves it. thrives on it.
So 22 out now as Lamont comes over.
Shout out to Harry Veach, who's up watching us in Queensland. To see that you've joined us on Bar TV here, mate. Hope all's doing well up there, and we certainly do miss you down here at the Hamilton Hawks.
Well, he was a favourite.
He was an outstanding player. He was an outstanding player, one of the best I've ever seen in the back row, besides Steve Lamont
and Nathan Oliver from Nelson Bay. We've had quite a few good back rowers over the years come to town.
That certainly we do.
So coming off the back, the box kick by Ferry.
Paulie Dan's got it, but he's going to get walloped there from behind by Matt Ferry.
Well, he did well to get out of the...
It was a fair tackle.
The tackle, it was a fair tackle.
Matt Ferry timed it extremely well and waited until Paul Dan had both feet on the ground. And Paul gets up and shrugs it off. That just shows the character of Paul Dan. He's a tough little bugger.
Now they're coming out to Vasagotti.
2 contacts.
Dances, goes across
3
field.
contacts. 4 contacts.
He's
still going.
Almost wound up. I was going to say he's wound up, but it took a while for them to get him down on the ground. Now
there, boy.
Dan goes to share it off the side of the boot.
Sammy Morgan's coming running through.
Oh, pops up into Sam Morgan's hands. Can he get there?
Brilliant
Might not
stuff,
need to.
Sammy Morgan. Absolute brilliant stuff, Sammy Morgan.
Good awareness shown by the centre to find his fullback on the outside, and they go over for the try.
Never gives up on any chase. I do remember a day where we played Nelson Bay, University. He's come through on second grade, chased the kick down, and the ball's bounced out of his hand. He's done a forward somersault, picked the ball back out of the air, and scored a try. He's just got the best hands and the ability to recover from any situation, and did that well to pass off to get another try for the Hawks.
So Sherritt.
Who was it that actually scored that one then? I think it was Hamish.
It was McNeil.
That was Sammy McNeil.
Was backing up well as he does so often. So Sherritt, this is probably his easiest of the day. 66.
Will we make it 68?
Score expecting to go up.
That he does.
And he does. So not long to go in the half. 10 seconds of normal time.
Be interesting to see what time Drew's got on there.
We'll get probably a minute or so of injury time just due to the fact of the send-offs and stuff. You hear the scorer's clock go then. So this one up high, and it's a good kick too, as Jack Chillingworth again takes it nicely.
Got to give Beaches credit, their kickoffs have been superb. On the money, in the middle, and making it contestable for both teams. Tyson came straight through the ruck there, fair and square, and just wrapped up our ball carrier. Oh, picked up by Beaches there, they've stolen the ball from us. I think bad option nice there by the pass.
So Watini, he'll pick and drive. He's done that pretty well today.
Solid little unit.
He's always the first there. Now they go wide and long. Nice draw and pass. Here goes Watson. Watson with plenty of pace. Can he get over for the Beaches? Yes, he can. Consolation try for the Beaches. It was a good one.
Jack Chillingworth and Sammy McNeil got tangled up there like spaghetti, allowing Watson to go over in the corner. Great effort by the young fella. Come back after being absolutely bamboozled by Seva Rockabara, but good stuff to get himself a meat pie. But like you said, Gareth, it doesn't really change the scoreline in the fact that the Hawks have come out and dominated this from the get-go.
Well, Connor Grolton there, the hooker, he ran with purpose to the line. He drew him past, and there was plenty of room out wide for the winger, and we know he's very quick, young Watson.
Yeah. It's quite a simple game. Hold the ball, draw the defence, pass it.
If only it was that simple.
All right, last kick of the day. Gareth, what do you think? I'll put 5. Says that he misses.
I'll say...
You got to go the opposite of me.
Well, I'm going to have to say he gets it then, on his good side. Little curl outside post in. It's coming around now. It's drifted.
Bad luck.
He had the distance, and that's going to be full time. Who was your best out there for our viewers? A Big Dog.
I would go with no other than Jarrett Weaver at the front row. I thought he had an outstanding match, and it's probably one of the only matches in the season that he hasn't been replaced. And that's a testament to the fact that he must have been doing something right out there. So full credit to G. Weaver. I thought he had an outstanding match. So we'll be interested to see what the referees' points are, as well as the coaches' points when I get back into the sheds after the game.
Well, I'll give you that as well. Special mention to Fisa Vasagotti as well. He had a good day out on the wing, but we'll never give it to a winger.
No, forwards should never be missing out on players play, because there's 8 forwards and 7 backs.
That's exactly right. So thanks very much, Big Dog, for tuning in. We've had an absolute pleasure with you here in the party box.
It's been an absolute pleasure to be here, and I do appreciate the invitation.
And we'll catch you around the grounds. Don't forget all the delayed matches throughout the evening for the rest of the NHRU. We won't give you the scores. You can find out yourself here on Bar TV Sports. I'm Gareth Wazick, and we'll catch you next time.